about products for a minute. I want to pivot back a little bit, and talk to the listeners to the podcast who are entrepreneurs. And I often hear from investor friends, and I know you're an investor, that they rarely, if ever, are interested in service-based companies, I guess for scalability reasons, unless they have productized their service.
Yeah.
So what can service-based companies learn perhaps from product-based companies in regards to scaling and becoming more investable?
Well, I have several thoughts here. So first of all, one must separate what is a venture capital fundable company from a viable company. And if you can only have one, I suggest you pick viability, not fundability. So, for example, some dumbass social media, idea to, I don't know what, AARP for seniors. I don't know what, that is a fundable idea. You say, well, Facebook has, 12 billion people, but seniors on Facebook, they're looking for someplace that's safer, bigger, I don't know, whatever, right? So we believe there's a niche of seniors and AARP is going to support us and blah, blah, blah. So that's a fundable idea. That's not a viable idea. I mean, Devin Nunes says, I'm going to create with Donald Trump, I'm going to create a social media for QAnon and American Nazi Party members. And, I guess that's not fundable or viable, I guess. But anyway, so the important thing for entrepreneurs is to separate fundability from viability. You may have a perfectly viable company. Maybe you just want to sell socks, or maybe you just want to make the best chili, or maybe you want to make the best hot sauce. I believe you could be 2, 3, 4, 5. If you hit a home run, $20 million company. I believe that. You can have a really nice existence, sell it for $20 million when you're, 60 years old. Life is good. That would have never been a fundable company. A venture capitalist is not saying, God, if I only own the hot sauce market, if I only own the t-shirt business, if I only own the web consulting business. And so that's what I'm trying to communicate to people is the venture capital game is a very specific game. It is for companies that could become the next Apple, Google, Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, or Canva. And those kinds of business have to have tens of millions of customers. There is no way that many of these companies that are service companies are going to be tens of millions of customers. Now, maybe if you have a dog walking service, you might do the calculation. 300 million Americans, 1 in 4 owns a dog, 75 million dogs. Not all of those dogs are with millennials who need them to be walked, but let's just say at least the total market is 75 million. Let's be conservative. Maybe you can get 8 million dogs to be your customers, 8 million dogs, X per month. Maybe you come up with 100, 200 million in revenue. I can kind of understand that, but even that's a stretch. And so my recommendation for entrepreneurs is you have to consider what kind of company you have. And it may not be a venture capital deal, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. And it doesn't mean it's not viable.